Hey guys, it's Kelly and welcome back to my channel. We are here at the 2022 New York Auto Show. And behind me, I have a 2023 Kia Telluride X-Pro. And we're going to be doing a quick little deep dive into this car to see how family friendly it is and talk about some of the upgrades for this year. If this is your first time joining me, hey, I'm Kelly and I'm the car mom. I review cars for moms and for families. I'm a mom of two and a certified child passenger safety tech. Let's get started on one of the hottest cars, one of the hottest SUVs out there, the Kia Telluride. Okay, so some of the first major upgrades you may be noticing is they no longer have the Telluride badging right here. They cleaned up the front end and threw it on the back. I miss it. I kind of liked it there. Am I crazy to think that? I mean, I think this looks good. It's definitely, especially on this X-Pro version, it's taking a sportier, more rugged look. This is really reading a lot more Forerunner kind of vibes and a little bit less like luxury car kind of vibes. I get asked a lot to compare the Palisade to the Telluride, and what I tell people is they're fraternal twins, right? So Hyundai owns Kia. Hyundai is kind of that luxurious, futuristic kind of car, and the Telluride is kind of more of like that rugged vehicle. So they're very similar in sizing, how they drive, and price, and technology, and safety. They're a car seat setup. They have the same DNA, they just look a little bit different. So let's continue on with the front end. The headlights are definitely a little bit of an improvement. Still not my favorite. Like, I would just still like to see, it doesn't even have to be a headlight, but can we have a daytime running light that just does something else, Kia? Like, can we just have something else here to look at? You're just gonna give me paint colors? I just want a little bit more innovation in the headlight. Like, I mean, even if you look at some of their other models, like the Sportage and the Sorento, they have more interesting headlights than these. But maybe they're kind of going for that simplistic Rivian kind of vibe. I don't know. I just would like to see a little bit more. Looking at her side profile, first of all, I just would be devastated if I did not mention how gorgeous this color is. Literally obsessed with this color. It is such a wearable color to have on a vehicle. Looking at the wheels right here, these are their steel wheels, looking cute, 18-inch wheels right here, very rugged. Fenders being the black and not the body color. And then we move into the rest of her side profile and you'll see it is all blacked out, no chrome on this baby. Coming along to the back end, looking very similar. We've got the Kia logo right here, and now we can find the Telluride right here. Tail lights, simple, look the same. X-Pro badging right there is looking sassy, but what I want to do is get into the interior and talk about the safety features, the convenience features, and most importantly, the car seat setup. Okay, so here's a shot of me in this 2023 Kia Telluride. And we're gonna break down some of the comfort features from the driver's perspective. So, let's start with the door panel. Super simple, again, very X-Pro, very rugged, very all the things. Not really a lot to break down there. It's a little bit of chrome, some kind of darker wood trim, some slight contrast stitching, some lame side cubbies, nothing really crazy. I am excited about the Harman Kardon sound system. Beautiful sound system. The sound system found in a BMW, so the fact that it's also on a Kia is something to talk about. Okay, so let's start by breaking down this interior. Loving this combined screen. I mean, it's curved, it's stunning. I think the wood trim actually looks great here. It kind of brightens it up. It's reading darker on the door panel, but I'm actually loving it up here. Here we have some vents, and then we kind of go into some of our, I call them quick buttons, so they're just buttons that you can easily access some of the things you would normally do instead of having to dig through the display. I love this little start button right here. This is a customizable button, so you can put whatever you want right there. We love a DIY moment. And then we move down here to some more of our cubby spaces. We have a wireless charger, USB, USB-C, 12-volt ventilated seats, heated seats, change collector, cup holder, cup holder, cup holder, cup holder. You probably didn't see that coming, did you? We love 4 cup holders in driver's distance reach. So exciting. We got a standard shifter, which I was actually surprised to see them still have this, especially because the Palisade went with the electronic shifter, so that's kind of interesting. And then we move into, what's this say? Auto Show, Telluride 240. Pay attention, people. Onto our center console with an additional USB-C down there. So some really great technology. I'm always impressed with the technology and safety features from the Kia brand. But let's get in that second and third row and let's kind of break down the car seat setup and how it would actually function for a family. Okay, here we are living large in the back seat of this 23 Kia Telluride. This seat set for myself, Knee clearance, 4 days. We love to see it. 2 leather back pockets, cute, cute, cute. Again, these are the cup holders that are also for the people back here. And then I love this, the USB-Cs on the side. That is a freaking genius. That is innovation that excites. What brand is that? It's Nissan. Okay, well that is exciting. I'm obsessed with it. Literally, Kia's logo could just be USBs on the seats. And I'd be like, that's enough. That is enough. We've got some lights right here. We do have the sunroof. It's not technically a pano, but there's one in the front and then one in the back. Ceiling vents, love ceiling vents, especially for kids in car seats, especially those rear-facing kids, so they can actually get some ventilation. When they're just back here, that doesn't do anything for anybody. Also, what's interesting is all your climate control is up here, which I actually also like. Well, I guess I'm kind of mixed. The climate control's up here, something to note. We've got our sunshades built in right there. And then let's kind of talk about my comfort in my seats. The seats are a little bit on the firmer side, not the most comfortable, but they're fine. They're definitely spacious. I love these adjustable armrests, so you can just kind of like click into place where you want the armrest to be. The Telluride does also come in a bench seat, but it's only available on the lowest trim level, and honestly, it's a trash garbage bench seat, so I wouldn't waste your time with it. Can't fit 3 of literally anything across. But the captain chairs are great. So now, why don't we hop into the 3rd row, and I will kind of break down the 3rd row for y'all. Okay, so I'm actually just so impressed with how spacious the 2nd row of the Telluride is, and I think it makes it such a great vehicle for families that are maybe slightly on the smaller side, only because the 3rd row does kind of disappoint, especially from a car seat setup, and it disappoints also if you were to have car seats here. So there's no sort of like car seat tilt. In fact, if you want to get to the 3rd row, we would either have to shimmy around these 2 seats right here, which could be doable depending on what kind of car seats and how old the children going to the 3rd row are. But if not, you click this button and it tilts and folds the seat. Now, what I do like about the Telluride is they put that button here and they also put it here. Because like, let's say you're a family with older children, like maybe you have like 7 to 10-year-olds and you need to have one of your children go to the 3rd row. Well, they may not always be able to reach this button, but this one is super easy to access. So I love how kid-friendly that is. Like if it's a hard lever to do and then you're asking children to go back there, that doesn't always pencil. So good job, Kia. We love to see that. This is the access I'm left with, and then we gotta hop on back there. Okay, so here's a shot of me in the 3rd row of this 23 Telluride, and I will say I am impressed with the amenities that are available back here. We've got ceiling vents, I've got a light, 2 cup holders, and USBs on both sides, so good amenities. As far as the car seat setup is concerned, I don't think I said it, but on the captain stairs you have 2 sets of lower anchors, 2 tether anchors, pretty standard. Across this bench right here, you have lower anchors here, kind of off center with this seat, and then you have a tether anchor here and a tether anchor here. Now, this is what I would like to break down, especially if you're thinking about this car for a lot of car seats. First thing I want you to know is the tether anchors are here. This middle seat is 5.5 inches. The other thing I want to talk about when it comes to the 3rd row is we do have some lower anchors here. However, the lower anchors are off center with the seatbelt, so if you have a booster seat that uses the lower anchors, you would not be able to use it back here with the seatbelt. You'd have to find a booster seat without lower anchors. It's not my favorite. I think it's very shallow. I think it's hard to get a good installation. So I'm not saying it doesn't work for 3 kids in car seats. I'm just saying it gets more difficult, especially when you think about how are you even going to access these children back here with no car seat tilt, with no way to buckle them, with no way for them to get out, especially if these are rear-facing car seats. So I just always encourage my families to really like think through every year they plan to own the vehicle. On our website, we have something called a family planning map, and it's a free resource that you can find on our website. We'll leave a link in the description below that just kind of talks you through and kind of makes your mind plan out your family and how the vehicle will continue to grow with your family. So I'm not mad. It's just, this is ridiculous. You're gonna put a 5-inch seat here and you're gonna put a tether anchor on the back. Like, come on, babe, put it on the outboard seat. And then finally, to wrap up this tour, let's talk about the trunk space with the 3rd row up. Okay, so it's not incredible, it's not winning awards, but it's decent. So I've driven this car for a week or 2 at a time, and I do feel like it's enough for like a week's worth of groceries. It just gets more difficult if you have like strollers and things like that. So I would say for its class, it's actually a pretty decent sized trunk. So what's interesting is on the Palisade, you can get power 3rd row. On the Telluride, you cannot. I don't really miss it, if I'm being honest, because like, I could argue this is quicker. Like, I like the power 3rd row, but I also have no grievances just doing that. And now with the 3rd row down, just to kind of give you an idea of our trunk space, you can control the 2nd row from back here, which is definitely helpful. So yeah. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching and checking out this little mini tour of the Kia Telluride. We have a lots more Telluride content to come this year, especially once they start to hit dealership lots. Let me know what else you guys want to see if you kind of like these mini tours, and we will see you all next time.